So with y'all, man, in this video we're going to be right into billionaires' most expensive homes. As y'all know, they got a lot of money, so they can buy whatever. So let's get into the video.
Most people in the world buy the craziest, most unique, and sometimes useless houses.
That's crazy. Upside down house.
That billionaires own.
That's tough though.
First up, you know one of the biggest power couples, Jay-Z
They definitely
and
got
Beyonce,
some.
had to
They
go
definitely
all
got
out when
some
they bought a
amazing
house
mansions or
I'm talking
something.
the highest
Jay-Z and
priced home
Beyonce definitely
ever
have
sold in
to.
California.
That house right there look nice.
This thing looks straight out of space.
Oh my
Since Jay-Z
goodness.
has a history of being attacked on stage,
It looks
they
like it's like
needed the best
underground,
security they
sort
could
of.
get. And that's why they got bulletproof windows everywhere.
Bulletproof windows everywhere.
You could see their
Can you imagine how much it costs to have bulletproof windows everywhere in your house?
Private beach. This thing also has a full basketball court, spa, and gym. All together.
I ain't gonna lie, man. If I stayed in there, I'd be hooping every day. Wow, you see that all that land right there? You see all this land? I would be, man. I'd be doing everything.
Over 200 million. That's
$200 million?
Net worth.
Oh my goodness.
Next house though wanted to take Jay-Z's
$200 million is crazy.
Because the developers listed this Tony Stark looking home for $500
This is the first house.
This place is the
$500
biggest
million
modern home in the U.S. 105,000 square feet.
It's definitely in California.
It's located in the hills of Bel Air. For a project like this, you'd assume they had a buyer lined up.
Bro, innocent Bel Air, you already know this mansion is expensive for real.
With some weird ass rooms.
That interior is nice. They got some nice interior.
But it does have some
they got a whole candy room.
A whole ass nightclub, a beauty
in a
salon,
nightclub.
5 pools, and an outdoor running track. I mean,
that's crazy. They got everything. You got a track,
even though the place seemed to
a
be,
nightclub.
No one was biting at that price. But right before the owners were about to go bankrupt, they were saved by the Fashion Nova CEO
Imagine
Richard Sagiet,
how much the taxes cost for this house.
$359 million less than the original price. Bro finessed the deal of a lifetime. But
this man done got the craziest deal for a mansion like this, all because they was going bankrupt and needed to sell it. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Never guess how much Richard Branson spent on buying an entire island. This Caribbean island is full of bizarre.
I wonder how buying an island works.
And lemurs. It's also the perfect spot to practice his love for kite surfing. And even though his company's called Virgin, this place is so sick, there's no way a baddie would leave.
Here's my thing: if you buy an island, then you have to get the water rights and stuff like that too. I feel like there's so much more to it.
Paradise. And you can actually book the whole island for
yourself. That's cool though. You can get a whole island.
$105,000 a night. Only Mr.
$105,000 for a night.
How much he actually bought the island for? Since he bought it back in the late 1970s before prices skyrocketed, it only cost him $180,000. Clearly, he's made some money.
Man, yeah, he definitely made all that money back for sure.
The island since then. He's had houses burned down and rebuilt even more luxurious.
Dang, that's crazy.
So it's got to be near the tens of millions.
That's cool though. Imagine how much money he made from having that island, especially since he, you know, cost $105,000 just to even go there and spend the night.
Places any billionaire owns. It's got vineyards, mountain ranges, and rolling hills that make you feel like you're in the Victorian era. There's movie references all around the ranch, like a statue of Yoda, Charlie Chaplin's hat and cane,
that's wild,
and a new drawing of John Lennon. But the main draw is that it actually houses the entire sound division of Lucasfilm, which is used for most of the Star Wars and Indiana Jones films. George found that he couldn't get the right sound out of a rented studio, so he decided to create his own. They can mix, design, and do any post-production at the Skywalker Ranch. And when the films are finished, they've got
this man got a ranch for all the sound effects and stuff for Star Wars. This man did them in his own studio that he made so that he can have the right noise.
Movie theater with 3-story tall LED screens to premiere them. They've also got a huge research library and tons of books and materials for.
My bad for pausing, y'all. I'm gonna stop pausing so much. I've been pausing a lot. I ain't gonna hold you.
Olive oil and even Wagyu beef. And if you happen to get a little too wine drunk and cause a fire,
that's why he produce his own. He got his ranch, make his own beef, wine, and everything. Bro, he got everything set for life on that ranch.
$100 million. Who knew George had that much money? I guess letting Disney ruin Star Wars
$100 million
for him in the long run. George Lucas isn't quite royalty though, like the British monarchy. If you're a Brit, you know everyone is always complaining about how much of their taxes go to the royal family. And once you learn how much their main palace is worth,
now I want to know how much do taxes go to the Brit, go to them?
75 rooms.
Because if people complain about it, they've got to be rich then for sure.
and over 25,000 bottles of wine in their wine cellar? My
What?
God. There's also secret tunnels to a bunker, in case the whole world goes into Mad Max mode. It apparently connects to all the main houses that the royals live in, like this one in the Prince's Quarters. Their ballroom can hold over 600 guests alone, and almost every American president has been there. For all of this, Buckingham Palace is worth over $5 billion. That pretty much makes every senior member of the royal family a billionaire. The palace is one of the most expensive
$5 billion?
But there's other rich dudes all around the world, not just in the West. Like
$5 billion?
He's worth over
That's insane. And they said that the whole family.
In the heart of Mumbai. It's
that's
a tower
crazy.
called Antilia, and it's got over 27 stories, reaching 568 feet in the air.
I ain't gonna lie, that building look
It's even
interesting.
bigger on the inside. There's 6 lower levels with space
Oh
just for
my
168 cars. And the top 4 floors are all dedicated to vertical gardens. It's got a
Vertical
50-seat
gardens.
movie theater,
That's
ice rink with
tough.
artificial snow, and crystal chandeliers everywhere. This house is so big. It needs 600 servants just to maintain the damn place.
600
Also
servants
designed
just to
be able
maintain
withstand a
that place.
magnitude 8 earthquake, even though it looks straight up like a Jenga tower waiting to fall.
It do
All this
look weird,
together,
but I
they
can't
combine this
imagine the
residence worth
architecture
over
and stuff
$2 billion.
behind this building.
But at least we know who
$2
owns
billion
it. One of
though?
the craziest mansions in the world has kept its owner
That's
secret,
understandable.
although we might have a good idea of who it is. It's a bit
Ah,
of an
sure.
older one, with Georgian-style architecture, but it's still extremely nice on the inside and has unholy
There's no
amounts of
way.
land. Even though the pool on the outside is massive. It's
Got
not
it.
really
There's no way
used,
this
since
house
place
is,
mostly
this mansion is
uninhabited.
worth
It's
that
believed
much.
that this place is owned by one of Putin's closest advisors, Andrei Guriev. He's worth around $5 billion from selling fertilizer. Yeah.
This man is worth $5 billion from selling fertilizer. From selling fertilizer. And man,
cow shit owns this place. Kind of
That's-
a letdown. I was hoping it was too
that's wild.
nice. Bill Gates is a bit secretive about his house too. So much so that a tour of his house went for $35,000 at a charity auction. And even though it's super futuristic on the inside,
35,000 to tour his house.
it actually looks just like a cabin on the outside.
My bad, y'all. I keep
In the woods of
pausing.
Washington.
I just keep
Bill
I
calls
keep
it
getting
Xanadu
shot. I keep
2.0,
getting shot.
Named after Citizen Kane's fictional mansion. His vision for the house was to have one of the first smart homes. Any guest of the house can change each room's lighting, music, and climate via touchpad devices.
Okay,
Throughout the
okay.
place, there's $80,000 worth of touchscreens.
$80,000 worth of
Anything else
touchscreens.
you can imagine. Through the front and the bottom of the house, there's a stream of salmon and trout, so Bill can fish after pulling an all-night coding session. It's also home to a giant library with a $130 million book, which is crazy because that's literally the price of his entire
$130 million
mansion.
book.
Tiger Woods, you'd expect about as much as his mansion.
This man
costs.
got a
It's one of the richest
$130 million
athletes in the world.
book in his
Make sure he can
home.
work on his golf game even when he's at home. Tiger's mansion has a 4-hole course in the backyard, complete with a short game area and a video studio where you can analyze his swing. He's also got an oxygen therapy.
That's dedication.
whatever that
That's
is,
dedication to
and
your
an
craft
outdoor
right there.
track, 'cause we
This
all
man
know
got a
how
whole
much
golf
renting
course in the
is
back of his
golf.
mansion, and he
The
got
floating
a
island itself
simulator
that he
where
lives
he
on,
can
Jupiter Island, is hella expensive.
analyze
Only
his
900 people live there.
skills.
He's in an even more exclusive
That's
neighborhood
wild.
within it. So he had
That's
to put down
wild.
54 mil on it. And like Tiger, Larry Ellison also needs time to escape from the media.
$54
he
million?
built a house he felt would be the perfect mix of tranquility and harmony with nature. It sounds
Okay, what's
corny,
that?
but the house actually looks pretty cool. It's inspired by a 16th century Japanese emperor's palace, and it definitely shows through its bathhouse, dope Japanese gardens, and tea house. He dropped
I ain't gonna
$70
lie.
million just to feel a little zen, and I didn't think you could feel zen
$70
in New
million
York,
for
but Ira
this.
Renner definitely tried.
I ain't gonna lie, it
Renner
looks
wanted to find
nice
an area
though,
where he doesn't
especially
have
with
to
the
hear all that
whole
damn traffic. So we ended
vibe
up
that
paying
it have.
$248 million for a New York estate in the Hamptons, but estimates say it might be
$248 million
now. This huge mansion has 12 chimneys
in the
for some reason,
Hamptons.
but that's not the only thing that's excessive, because dude spent $150K on his hot tub alone. This is also the only home
$150,000 on a hot tub. You know what I could do with $150,000? I could start a business. I could buy a car. I could buy a decent house. I can at least get a decent house, like a down payment or something.
that has its own power plant. I guess in case there's some sort of nuclear apocalypse. And apparently, he's not the only one concerned with that, because Mark Zuckerberg's also prepared. He straight up bought a Hawaii doomsday city just in case. For years.
This man got a
He's been
whole
buying up over
doomsday
14
city.
acres of land to build a compound of
1,400
mansions,
acres of
treehouses,
land.
and tunnels. Under the surface is a 5,000 square foot shelter with a
That's
blast-resistant
insane.
door and a lifetime supply of energy and food. I guess we gotta become friends with Zuck if we want to survive the apocalypse. All you gotta do is pretend to be a lizard like the rest of them. But Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt aren't worried about
That's
all
another thing.
that.
I don't understand
When
how people like think that, oh, they really, all the rich people be preparing for like if something was to happen. I'm like, is it even worth for them to even
Married, they went in
do
together
all
in this
that?
lavish French
I
mansion.
don't know. I don't know if I'm
Pretty,
tripping or
there's
not.
old houses dating back to the 17th century. It also, for some reason, has a recording studio where Pink Floyd recorded part of The Wall. But the real reason they purchased it was for the 500 acres of vineyards. It makes some of the highest quality rosé wine and continues to make money year after year. So when they got divorced and Angelina sold off 50% of the place, he was pissed. It said in her contract that selling was off limits, and he sued for every penny. I'm talking a $250 million lawsuit.
I ain't gonna lie.
Because they originally bought the place for
Hey,
$160 million.
if we said
The
we
winery
in the
itself
contract that we can't
generated
sell
over
it, hey, we
$500
can't sell it.
million.
I'm gonna get that money
The
back.
Saudi family
I'm gonna get
worth
that
over
money back.
$1.4 trillion. Those are peasant numbers, because they own multiple palaces worth over $500 million. Inside of
Ooh.
one, they got a private zoo for all types of exotic animals. And since Saudi Arabia is a boiling hot desert, they've got snow rooms to experience winter.
A snow
They also have
room.
their own underground beaches.
They got a
and
snow
caves inside
room?
of the palace. Talk about not having to leave your house.
That's
ever.
wild.
Since Saudi Arabia isn't as beautiful in itself, they have to add things like that. But France has natural beauty, so the
What they
villa
got?
once owned by the King of Belgium can give it a run
Yeah.
for its money. It's got 50 acres of lush gardens, a view of the Mediterranean Sea and surrounding hills.
I like the sky
and a
views
huge
that they're
greenhouse.
showing of
It's also got a
the
backdrop for some
of the
classic
homes. They look
films,
really
like
nice.
one by Alfred Hitchcock. Valued at over $750 million, Jay-Z and Beyonce couldn't even afford it. It's owned by Russian billionaire Mikhail Prokhorov. And I don't know why he ran for president against Putin in 2012 when he could have just chilled here. Man's just lucky he didn't get whacked.
$750
Even though
million.
Taylor Swift is rich enough to
dollars?
fly a private jet
That's
from
close
bathroom
to $1
bathroom,
billion.
her house isn't exactly as large
About.
as you expect. She does have 7 other mansions to
That's
her name,
wild.
but she paid for
Dang.
the biggest Beverly Hills mansion in cash, which is
How
even
much was
more
it?
crazy when you learn how much it cost.
How much?
Previously owned by film producer Samuel Goldwyn, this place has the status of a historical landmark, making it an absolute
I gotta see how
headache
much
to
it was
renovate.
cost.
Taylor actually wants to restore it to its exact glory from 1934, where it held parties for Hollywood's biggest stars. So it's got a whole Great Gatsby theme to it, but it also includes an Italian pool, tennis court.
Come on,
and
I wanna know
swimming
how much it
costing
costs.
Swift a slight 25 mil.
25 mil? Okay,
Music makes a
okay,
lot of
okay.
money. Some
That's
football
chill.
players make even more.
I'm saying that's
Even
chill,
once he
like
signed
that's
his
not a lot of
Miami
money.
contract, making his career earnings over 1.6 billion, it didn't surprise anyone when he purchased the largest place of any football player ever. And here, he's living better than anyone else
Oh,
on this list. I mean, he has his own private island shaped just like his
that's
logo, since it's in the middle of the
wow.
ocean. There's helicopter pads,
This
super yachts,
that's
and a
crazy. Is
soccer
this
pitch
how
that keeps
this
the
how it
game
actually
pristine.
looks?
Altogether, Messi's private island comes up to 100 mil, but at the moment it's just
Oh, it's just a concept. Okay, okay, okay. I ain't gonna lie, man. This is a W video. We just reacted to the Wealth Vault, Billionaires Most Expensive Homes. This is a wild video. I'm surprised by how the houses and stuff they look. I mean, I don't blame them, especially if they got the money to get the houses and stuff that they want. Especially if they're going to make an investment on it. Like some people got it. Some people, part of their homes, they're able to make money from it. They can have people like come on tours, come stay the night. Like some people, like in some of the videos, like in the video, there were some people that had like wineries and stuff like that. So they was able to make their own business just by, you know, having wine and stuff that they can make there. It's just stuff like that. But thank y'all for watching this video, man. Let me know y'all thoughts of the video, which house you like, all that. But thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.